This video is about Symphony No. 3 Rhenish by Robert Schumann. I will explain the most important things about the work and the composer. Robert Schumann was a German composer who lived from 1810 to 1856. He wrote many works for orchestra. A symphony is a large piece of music for orchestra. Schumann composed a total of 4 symphonies. Symphony No. 3 in E-flat major is also called the Rhenish Symphony. It was written in 1850. Schumann composed the Rhenish Symphony while he was living in Düsseldorf. He was impressed by the landscape along the Rhine and by Cologne Cathedral. These impressions inspired him to write the music. Schumann wrote the symphony in just 1 month. The first performance took place on February 6, 1851, in Düsseldorf. The Rhenish Symphony consists of 5 movements. This is unusual, because most symphonies have only 4 movements. Each movement has its own character. The first movement is lively and cheerful. The second movement is like a folk dance. The third movement is calm and melodic. The fourth movement is solemn and serious. The fifth movement is cheerful again and brings the piece to a close. The first movement begins with a powerful, cheerful melody. The music sounds like a welcome. There are many lively rhythms and beautiful melodies. Schumann uses all the instruments of the orchestra. The music alternates between loud and quiet passages. The movement ends with a cheerful conclusion. The second movement is like a folk dance. It has a simple, catchy rhythm. The music is reminiscent of a dance on the banks of the Rhine. Schumann uses the woodwind instruments in particular here. There is a quieter part in the middle of the movement. Then the dance returns. This movement shows Schumann's love of folk music. The third movement is calm and melodic. It begins with a gentle melody in the strings. The music sounds like a song without words. In the middle, the music becomes a little more animated. Then the calm mood returns. This movement shows Schumann's ability to write beautiful melodies. The fourth movement is solemn and serious. It was inspired by the sight of Cologne Cathedral. The music sounds like a chorale in a church. Schumann uses the brass instruments in particular here. The melody is dignified and sublime. This movement is the heart of the symphony and shows Schumann's deep feelings. The fifth movement is cheerful and full of energy again. It begins with a lively melody. The music becomes more and more agitated and virtuosic. Schumann uses all the instruments of the orchestra here. He also takes up themes from the earlier movements. The movement ends with a triumphant conclusion. This last movement summarizes the moods of the entire symphony. The Rhenish Symphony has some special features. It has 5 movements instead of 4. Schumann often uses melodies that are reminiscent of folk music. The music reflects the landscape and culture of the Rhine. Schumann experiments with the form of the classical symphony. The symphony has a very positive and life-affirming mood.